Islam, Shalom, Hola, Aloha, Bonjour, Assalamu Alaikum, Osio. This is your brother Zach Bay, Indigenous American Moor, coming to you live in full effect. Like, share, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell down below so you can be notified whenever I'm dropping new content. Leave a comment, interact with me. Thank you, I really do appreciate your viewership. Let's jump into another one. Back at it again. City of Rage, part 4. But before we jump into it, I'm going to do a character breakdown. The character we're breaking down today is Celine, our fire starter. I'm going to talk about her abilities and her moveset. Alright, hopefully you enjoy. So Celine, her power is fire. I want to call it emotion fire, which means the color and the ferocity of her flames can change depending on her emotional state. Her first move, I want to call it Ember Shield. It is a defensive move created by her body heat, which she can use to defend herself or her allies. Her next move will be the Fire Lash. It is a range fire whip move, which she can throw from her hands and she can control it like whips. Her next move will be Melting Point. Her body glows red hot and she can melt almost anything she comes in contact with. Pardon me. Her final move, her finisher, I'm going to call it Stellar Flare. It is a homing seeker bolt. So she can create homing fire seeker bolts that chase their target. And this is a evolving move. It is not yet fully manifested. It is not yet fully developed. The reason it isn't fully developed is because of her emotional fire ability. She can endow these flames with life. So the fire will be alive. She can create living fire. And if you know the old saying about fire is alive. Fire breathes, fire eats. So the downside about these fire creatures is they will be hungry and they will try to consume. All right, so she has to be very, very wary of that and trying to control these beings. All right, hopefully you enjoyed that. Let me know how you like the series. We're going to jump into it. Part 4, City of Rage.
As the battle raged, Zai reveled in the exhilarating rush of his powers coursing through him, transforming his dreams into a tangible force of nature. He watched through a veil of light as Celine fought with unmatched ferocity, her strikes fueled by the belief that his power was behind her. Meanwhile, Morgan's tactical genius directed the flow of combat, coordinating their movements like a symphony. In the depths of his consciousness, Zai felt a strong yearning to bridge the divide between his two worlds, dreamer and doer. With each surge of lightning, he vowed to awaken fully, ready to step into the hero they all believed him to be. In a dizzying whirl of electricity, Zai felt the essence of his teammates harmonizing with his own energy, creating an unbreakable bond. Just as Kale cornered the masked villain, a surge of fury swept through Zai's dreamscape. He visualized their struggle and sensed Celine's fierce resolve, propelling him to delve deeper into his powers. A sudden thought, a wild hope, surfaced. What if he could connect with them, even in slumber? With a surge of will, Zai summoned an explosive bolt of lightning that bridged the divide between dream and reality, empowering Celine and Kale just as a momentary silence fell over the chaotic battle. Driven by the escalating skirmish, Zai surrendered to a familiar, comforting darkness. In his dream realm, his body crackled alive with luminescence, a beacon against the shadows surrounding his teammates. He watched from the periphery as his consciousness drifted, guiding streams of electricity with effortless precision. The aged mentor had spoken of this, a destined conflict where each would find their strength amid the chaos of battle, bound by necessity and fate. Zai, unaware of his impact, infused the group with his energy, an unspoken pact forming among fighters drawn together by chance and necessity, each realizing their unique place in this strange dance of survival. As Zai's electric tendrils intertwined with the air, Celine, the fierce warrior with unyielding resolve, felt a surge of empowerment. "There's something about him," she whispered to Morgan, her steadfast companion who often masked his fear with sarcasm. "It's like he's fighting for us even when he's not aware." Morgan nodded, observing Zai's unintentional brilliance light the battlefield. Meanwhile, Alara, the mysterious shapeshifter, slipped through shadows, her instinct sharpening with every spark Zai unleashed. The group had begun to rely on one another, recognizing that each fought their own inner battles, Zai in dreams, Celine against her past, and Alara against a destiny she refused to accept. As the clash intensified, Zai's dreamscape flickered, echoing the chaos of the waking world. A booming voice cut through the tumult. "We need you to focus, Zai." It was Kale, the reformed villain, whose heavy past weighed him down like armor. For all his bravado, Kale wrestled with doubt, believing himself unworthy of redemption. Yet, in the heat of battle, he caught glimpses of Zai's raw potential, igniting a fire within himself. Motivated by a desire to prove his worth, Kale fought alongside Celine, even glancing over to ensure that their reluctant hero was holding his own, knowing that victory depended on their unity. Zai's unconscious traversal of the dream realm intensified as the battle raged on, his powers surging unpredictably. In a moment of clarity, he glimpsed fleeting images of his allies' inner struggles, connecting with their unspoken fears and aspirations. As his sleeping form dictated the ebb and flow of the confrontation, a profound realization washed over Zai. His nocturnal gifts were not just tools for combat but conduits for empathy and unity. With newfound purpose, Zai embraced the intertwined destinies of his companions, channeling his unique abilities to weave a tapestry of shared strength and resilience in the face of adversity. As the battle reached its climax, Zai's unconscious form trembled, anchoring the team in a web of crackling energy that both shielded and empowered them. Through the veil of slumber, he felt the bonds between them strengthen, their individual struggles merging into a collective resolve. Celine's determination, Morgan's hidden courage, Alara's elusive grace, and Kale's newfound redemption resonated with Zai's own journey of self-discovery and acceptance. It became clear to him that their unity was not just a matter of survival but the key to unlocking their true potential as a formidable force in a world teetering on the brink of chaos. In the aftermath of the intense battle, as the echoes of clashing powers faded into the night, Zai slowly stirred from his unconscious state. His eyelids fluttered open, revealing a newfound clarity in his gaze. Looking around, he saw his teammates, each bearing the marks of their shared struggle, standing united and victorious. Celine grinned triumphantly, Morgan offered a rare smile, Alara's eyes held a spark of admiration, and even Kale, the once tormented soul, met his gaze with a nod of respect. Zai realized that in their unity lay not only strength but also a deep sense of belonging, a realization that forever changed the course of his destiny in the realm of heroes and villains. As dawn broke over the city of Arcadia, A newfound camaraderie enveloped Zai and his team. They stood together, a motley crew forged in the fires of adversity, bound by a shared purpose that transcended mere survival. The mysterious old man who had orchestrated their meeting approached, his eyes twinkling with pride. "You have passed the first test," he declared, his voice carrying the weight of destiny. Zai, once a solitary figure lost in the depths of his own power, now found himself at the heart of a fellowship destined to shape the very fabric of their world. And as they gazed out at the dawning horizon, they knew that greater challenges awaited, but with unity as their shield and courage as their sword, they stood ready to face whatever trials lay ahead.
All right, that was episode 4 of City of Rage. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Like, share, subscribe. Once again, this is your brother Zach Bay. Peace.